Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up, looked at your to-do list, and thought, I really don't feel like doing any of this today? Yeah, me too. And honestly, most of us feel that way more often than we admit. But here's the crazy part. Discipline isn't about feeling like it. It's about doing it even when you don't. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how I stay disciplined on those days when my motivation packed its bags and left town. Discipline gets a bad rep. People think it's about iron will, waking up at 4 a.m. and never taking a break. But the truth? Discipline is a habit, a muscle that you can train, just like your body. And once you understand how it works, it becomes almost effortless to stick to your goals, even when your brain is screaming at you to binge Netflix instead. In this video, I'll take you through my personal system. It's part psychology, part practical trickery, and part brutal honesty. By the end, you'll have a toolkit to stay on track no matter how lazy or tired you feel. And trust me, there's going to be a bit of humor in here too, because if we can't laugh at ourselves while trying to be productive, what's the point, right? So first, let's talk about why discipline feels so impossible sometimes. Neuroscience shows that our brain is basically wired to avoid discomfort and seek pleasure, which means when your alarm rings and your bed is warm, your brain thinks, hey, why would I leave this cozy place for a cold jog? Here's where the trick comes in. Discipline isn't about fighting your brain. It's about outsmarting it. I treat discipline like a game. I set up my environment so that doing the right thing is the easiest option. For example, I put my workout clothes right next to my bed. Boom! No thinking, no excuses. Your brain hates effort, so reduce the effort. And the same goes for work. If my desk is clear and my phone is in another room, I can actually focus instead of scrolling TikTok for 45 minutes. Second, let's talk about small wins. Discipline is not about doing everything perfectly, it's about momentum. Every time you check something off your list, even if it's tiny, you're training your brain to expect success. Here's a story. One morning, I didn't feel like studying. My brain was yelling, stay in bed, it's cold, you deserve a break. So I told myself, okay, just read one paragraph. One paragraph turned into 5, then 10, then suddenly I was 2 chapters in. That's the magic. Don't aim for massive leaps when you're not feeling it. Aim for tiny actions that lead to massive results. And here's the theory behind it. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain remembers incomplete tasks more than completed ones. By starting, even with something tiny, you create a psychological itch that your brain wants to finish. And that's how motivation sneaks back in. Next up, accountability. You've heard this a million times, but here's why it works. Humans are wired for social feedback. When someone else expects something from you, even indirectly, you're more likely to do it. Personally, I use a mix of public commitment and personal tracking. I keep a journal where I write down my daily goals. Not just big ones, but even the dumb little tasks like drink 2 liters of water, write 200 words. When I see a streak, I feel like a superhero. And if I break it, well, I hate breaking streaks. It's like a mini shame motivator. Now, let's get into something most people ignore. Your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself shapes your actions more than you think. Instead of saying, I have to do this, I say, I get to do this. The shift is subtle but powerful. It turns a chore into a choice. I also use what I call the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately. The theory? It's inspired by David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology. Small tasks done instantly create momentum and prevent overwhelm. And hey, finishing small things makes you feel productive, which is surprisingly motivating. Let me give you a real-life example. Last week, I didn't want to exercise. I was exhausted, I had Netflix calling my name, and my bed was like, stay, just stay. But I remembered my rules. I put on my workout clothes, promised myself 1 exercise, and made it fun by imagining I was training for some ridiculous imaginary apocalypse. Fast forward 30 minutes, I finished the full workout. I'm drenched in sweat, feeling like a champion. And Netflix is still there, waiting. The key is perspective and small tricks. Treat discipline like a game, not punishment. And never underestimate the power of humor. Laugh at your laziness while defeating it. So, to sum it up, staying disciplined isn't about motivation. It's about environment design, small wins, accountability, and smart mental tricks. Reduce friction, create momentum, and make it fun. Even when you don't feel like it, your future self will thank you. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit subscribe, because we'll keep breaking down the science, the psychology, and the strategies behind being your most disciplined, most productive self. And remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent, even when the couch is whispering your name.